Okay, if you want to accomplish something, I'm not just going to sit here and say, yes, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can, but you have to also put in the work to get there, right? So they taught me that at a really early age, man. And when you grow up as a kid thinking that the world is your oyster and all things are possible if you put in the work to do it, you grow up having that fundamental belief.
Yeah. Is that when you think the mentality of hard work started to come in for you at that age, when you failed so miserably, I guess, that summer?
I think that's when the idea of understanding a long-term view became important, because I wasn't going to catch these kids in a week. I wasn't going to catch them in a year, right? So that's when I sat down and said, okay, this is going to take some thought, all right? What do I want to work on first? All right, shooting. All right, let's knock this out. Let's focus on this. Half a year, 6 months, do nothing but shoot. Right. After that, all right, creating your own shot, and then you focus. So I started creating a menu of things. When I came back the next summer, I was a little bit better, right?
And a menu being like, I've got my jump shot from 15, I've got my
I got my jump shot from 15, I got my 3-point shot, like just open shots, not miss open shots, right? And be able to shoot it with speed, because those kids are so much more athletic.
Yeah.
And then the next summer I came back, I was a little better. And the summer came back,
you
next summer I was a little better. I scored.
Yeah,
it wasn't much, but I scored.
And this is 12, 13.
12, 13. And then 14 came around, back half of 13, 14 years old, and then I was just killing everyone. And it happened in 2 years. And I wasn't expecting it to happen in 2 years, but it did, because what I had to do was work on the basics and the fundamentals, while they relied on their athleticism and their natural ability. And because I stick to the fundamentals, it just caught up to them. And then my body, my knees stopped hurting. I grew into my frame. And
then your athleticism, once you have the fundamentals,
exactly,
the hard work, the mindset, and you tack on the athleticism, it's game over.
Then it was game over.
Wow. From 12 to 14, you went from scoring 0 to being the best in the state of all ages.
Yep. But it's simple. Like, if you do the math on this, right? Like, if you're thinking about how often kids are playing, right? And I tell this to my daughter and my daughter's team as well that I coach. It's a simple thing of math. If you want to be a great player, if you play every single day, 2-3 hours, every single day, over the course of a year, how much better are you getting? Most kids will play maybe, an hour and a half, 2 days a week.
Right.
Do the math on that.
It's
not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done, right? So if you're obsessively training 2-3 hours every single day over a year, over 2 years,
you're accelerate.
You make quantum leaps, man. And I tell the parents on my team, I said, it's when I say your kids are going to become great basketball players, and they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's not. There's no.
It's math.
It's it.
Well, you just got to put one foot in front of the other, and sometimes I think. Even for myself, it's easy to become distracted a little bit and start trying to look at what the final picture is going to look like. And when you do that, you can easily become frustrated with where you are at the moment. So, my advice is just to focus on each day, and you have a plan in place of how you want to improve and how you want to get better, and you stick to that plan and trust the fact that every day that you stick to the plan, it'll get you to your end result.
Kobe, I was wondering if you could speak to walk us through how you stay in the now.
It's a process. It's a serious process, and it's never perfect and never will be. I can tell you when I started the process. I was in high school, my sophomore year, in class, particularly geometry. I never paid attention. It's kind of my mind would drift, and I would think about other things. And then so we fast forward to a game. And we had a game, and we had a lead. We had a 1-point lead, and I'm thinking the game is getting better, right? So I'm thinking about the celebration that's coming after, right? And so the opposing team has a chance to tie. They take a shot. I can tell the shot's off, right? So I'm following the flight of the ball. As I'm following the flight of the ball, distracted, my man cuts behind me, grabs the offensive rebound, puts it in, and we lose the game, right? So then the next day when I'm sitting in class, my mind's wandering again, and I immediately make the connection of what's happening in this geometry class with what happened in the game. Right? So I took that as an opportunity to say, okay, this is really not about geometry for me, but it's about locking in and staying present in everything I do, because then I'm always training, I'm always practicing, I'm always preparing for the game. Right? So if I can stay focused on what this teacher is saying, if I can stay focused on the here and now, and make that a habit, then that'll help me when I'm out there on the court.
I called Tex in '99. He was still with the Bulls. And I talked to him for about an hour. And I just wanted to pick his brain. I didn't know he'd be coaching me, but I wanted to pick his brain.
Was it strange that you were calling him? You'd never called another?
No, I cold call people all the time. If I'm curious about something and I want to learn something, I'll call and I'll ask. And I just felt like his teams just looked so composed and so tactically sound. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know what this triangle offense was about. What are the principles? Why do you believe in it? How does it work?
So now we have a triangle formed between the ball.
And then when he became one of our coaches, I was really like, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. I get a chance to learn everything. I call him Yoda. I mean, I was extremely fortunate to have him because we'd sit together and we'd watch film of every game. And the first time we sat down and watched film, I was kind of like, all right, we're gonna watch my touches. All right, we're gonna watch my touches and da da da. No, we watched the game from start to finish. Rewinding it, looking at plays, looking at tactics, start to finish. Every game, every game.
And you found you liked that?
I did like it because I started picking things, right? I started playing the game, and now when things are going at a fast pace, I was able to slow the game down and see exactly what I was seeing on the screen, right? The game seemed much slower to me, and now I could also manipulate the game because I could think 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. So now I could put people in their right positions, right, and organize things.
Last time he spun baseline, but if he would have went middle, I would have had it. Whoever goes got to have help, got to rotate.
So now all of a sudden you found something that made you even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bigger, better. What was that feeling like?
I want more. I want more. I want to learn more. Where can I learn more? Where can I look? I want more. I want to learn this thing some more. There's got to be another level, And curiosity, because I asked a lot of questions. Playing with Bryant Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Kareem Abdul, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So I'm missing something. So tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean? And so I would always ask questions and try to learn as much as I could.
Look, I always try to outwork people, right? That's just how I made my mark. So the game was at 7. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to the Staples Center because we're playing. This is when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq. Okay, this is like the championship Lakers. So I'm gonna get there at 3 o'clock. And I want to make sure I make 400 made shots before I go back into the room, and then I sit in the sauna and I get ready for the game. Who do I see? I see Kobe Bryant, already working out. So once I set my foot across that line, I started working out, and so I worked out for a good hour and a half. And when I came off, after I was done, I sat down, and of course I still heard the ball bouncing. I look down, I'm like, this guy's still working out? So he was working out. Like, it looks like he was in a dead sweat when I got here, and he's still going. And it's not like his moves are nonchalant or lazy. He's doing like game moves, I sit there and I unlace my shoes. I'm like, I want to see how long this goes. So I sit out there and watch another 25 minutes. And he got done. I said, okay, I think I've seen enough. Go play, come back, get in the sauna, get ready for the game. That game, he drops 40 on us, okay? And after the game is over, I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like, I have to understand, like, why he works like that. Right. So after the game was over, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. and I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
Wow.
You inspire me to be better. Right. And it was the first time I started to see this level of competitiveness where I said, I need to start doing more.
Right. There's a quote from one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.